going on, Transformer addicts? This is SIDEBURN here, yet again give you a Transformer fix. Today we're going to take a look at Transformers Club exclusive SIDEBURN. First up, before we do this review, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to BENZO from the cybertron.ca boards. He hooked me up with this figure, so I can't thank him enough. He picked up 5 of them and I got his last one, so that was pretty awesome. So Ben, I just want to say thanks a lot, and I really appreciate it. This figure is so awesome, and I was so excited to get him. So with that being said, right now we're going to take a look at this guy. So like I said, this is Transformers Club exclusive SIDEBURN. This guy is a representation of a character from the Robots in Disguise series that was brought out in 2001, and it was a pretty popular character. It was a cool show, and you know, some people may find a different opinion on that, but I thought it was kind of cool. I wish the story was a little bit stronger, but the animation wasn't too bad, and you know, some of the music at times was pretty cool, and I did like a lot of characters in there. And there were some pretty cool toys that was brought out to us from that show. So this character here, this figure came out in 2006. It was named Rodimus, aka Hot Rod. It was then repainted a few times, for example into Decepticon Wild Rider, and then Shattered Glass, Rodimus or Hot Rod, and then again repainted a few times in the Hot Rod colors from a few 2 and 3 packs, so on and so forth. And then now we have this one. So I think it looks pretty cool, but we'll take a look at it as soon as I take it out of the package. But this is what it looks like. It comes like this. It doesn't come in a box or nothing like that, because it's a free figure if you join the membership Transformer Club exclusive site there. And next year they're going to have classics Run Amok and Run About, and then the year previous to this one they had Dion, or Dion, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, so I have this one, I have this one, and I'm really hoping to join it so I can get the next figures. But if I don't join it, it's not a big deal, because I always seem to come across the exclusive figure somehow way or another. But anyways, just take a quick look at this, because I'm not going to take it out of the package. There's nothing on the back of this card, but you know, it's statistics and a write-up. If you care to read any of this, you can pause your monitor now. Okay, moving on. Cool looking picture of a SIDEBURN. I like it a lot. Looks really nice. And it just says here, SIDEBURN Autobot Speedy Knight. That's pretty funny. So, instructions, of course. Transformers timelines. I'm not going to open this thing up because I don't really need to, but I just want to take a look at it there. Okay, so with that being said, just toss that to the side. We can now take this figure, this awesome looking figure, out of the package and go over him in further detail. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so here we have the figure out of the package, and you know, it looks exactly the same, of course. Translucent package, hello. But you know, awesome looking figure. Beautiful paint job, you know, a few minor, you know, blotches here and there, but not a big deal. Not even blotches, but just like, for example, paint missing on some of this red piece, but it's so like minor. To me, I'm so anal about stuff like that, but it could look like battle damage if you want to say, but that's me just being picky. But you know, beautiful paint job nonetheless. And I haven't transformed this yet, but so far it doesn't seem to be any flaws. Like the punch counter punch had issues with the back turning mechanism, but this one looks pretty good so far. And just some things I wish they would have painted, like these pieces here. I wish they would have painted them chrome or like silver, like this, like the rims. But even like that, it's not even a big deal. But like nicely designed blue flames on the sides of each side, as you can see there. It really looks really nice on the hood. Yellow painted headlights, and just that engine is really nicely detailed. Nice silver and red. And a big key point on this that I love a lot is this giant Autobot insignia on the roof. That is just sick, badass, and just huge. And then of course you got yellow translucent windows all the way around, and then you got metallic blue little, I guess, vents or little crisscross pieces there, with some red on these little stripes there. And then for the overall paint job of this figure, it's like a pearlish, a light kind of, has a purple tint to it. Maybe it's just me, but more or less it's obviously a blue, right? And it has metallic tinge to it. And of course you got this giant white spoiler, which is really nice, of course. And then underneath, you know, you can see some white pieces and little Autobot insignia there, but that's for his left forearm, Sideburns left forearm. And then of course you got this gun exhaust piece that comes out, and then it has of course the orange smoke or fire, whatever you want to call this, little plastic translucent piece that just pops in there, of course, and then you can just shoot it out. It shoots out pretty good. I'm pretty much most likely not going to have that in there because my Henke hotshot, I'm out of hotshot, his pieces broke, so that kind of sucked. So they do fit in there, and if you want to get creative and just have fun with this, you can just split the legs a little bit, pop this up. You can have it like this, or if you want to make it a little bit more aerodynamic, you just flip these babies back, pop those over. I'm pretty sure you guys know all this already if you have this toy. Not necessarily this character, but this toy, it does all this, of course. And this figure's been out since 2006, so there you go, you can have fun with that. But anyways, take that off, take this off, flip this back around. Yeah, and they just do pop off, they're just on like little hinges there. And I'm just kind of rushing this, but if you want to be careful, they do go back on, as you can see. And you can just pop those back, put them back in the slits, and back to normal. And it does roll pretty good, as you can see. And nice wheels, really rigid, all-terrain, I guess you could say. But that's pretty much it. Nice interior. You can see the steering column and seats, blue seats in there. Looks pretty nice. You know, aside from the original Sideburn being a Dodge Viper, you know, this one is really cool and it works. You know, some people might not want to get this because you know, it's just a repaint, but I think it's a nice repaint, and it's better than just painting him a cheesy Hot Rod Rodimus paint scheme, which I guess his second and third paint scheme with the 2 and 3 packs that came with Cyclonus and Galvatron. Like, that one's cheesy in my opinion, but to put that one aside and to get this as a repaint from the classics Hot Rod Rodimus, I think this is a good repaint to have, you know, if you want to talk repaints. But pretty much it, and you can see that shine off the paint scheme. Looks pretty nice. But not much more to say about this. You know, these wheels kind of pop to the side, but that's I don't know if it's really for transformation or what, but they do pop out if you want to make it look kind of funny. You know, you can skip right past this transformation if you don't want to watch me transform this, or you can watch me because, like I said, this mold has been out since 2006, and you guys pretty much might have this character, this toy, so it's not really a big deal. But I'm just going to transform it here, and you can just take this, pull these little tabs from the inside of the leggings. As you can see, there's little holes there, so that way these legs are a little bit more loose and have a bit more freedom for the transformation. So you can now take these pieces here, flip those down, and I guess, yeah, the wheels do come out for, I guess, this to be more flatter in there, and you can just pop that to the side. There you go, looking pretty slick. So next up, you can now take all this, loosen it up, and you can unclip. There's a little clip here. You just want to pull that off from the side of the legging on the side of the car. Loosen all that up. Got all that going on, and then you can now take the legs. If you didn't see that, did it too fast, take that, pull it to the side, pull it down, and then you can take his feet, take these pieces, flip them out. And there you go. And then next up, all you want to do, you can take the whole top of the car piece, which is going to eventually act as his chest, if you didn't know that already. And then you can take these front car end pieces, flip them around, and then you can take with your thumb, there's a little piece where you can pull it out like this, and of course you got his hands which are in the insides of the forearms of his arm. And then what else? I think that's pretty much it. You can adjust these. Take this piece here actually, and you can flip it around. And then you can take, if you want, you can have it like this, keep it a little bit different if you want from your other little figures, or you can take this, which is how it's eventually supposed to be anyway. Straighten that out, and then pretty much after you align everything up right, his feet are a little bit loose, but it's not a big deal. Everything else seems to be okay, intact, and there you have a SIDEBURN, looking pretty slick. I'm really liking this toy. This repaint, the white tends to pop out a lot more in his robot mode compared to his car mode. See all the way around the figure here. Just turn him around. We'll do a little 360. Pow pow. But yeah, like I said, great figure. That blue really stands out. He got some metallic blue pieces on his crotch roll plate. Little piece there, little red piece there, and whatnot. Got some white on the shin pieces, and you got that same blue, metallic blue now on the tip of his feet, which that looks pretty nice actually. White on his arms, and then you got the nice Autobot insignia on his left arm, and then that engine block and all that fire on his chest looks really nice. And then of course under here you got the same metallic blue that's on his crotch plate, now on his shoulders, looks pretty nice. And then on his face, it's really nicely painted and looks pretty cool. He does have some a little bit of a orangey, same tint as the windows, and maybe a little bit different from this, but you got that on the back of the eye piping. But it's kind of weird because his eyes are red. I think they're painted red, and it looks really nice. And then you get these white pieces, and then you got the forehead as the yellow piece, and then of course SIDEBURN in the R.I.D series had a little piece over his left eye, and you got some paint to represent that. And then you get a little bit of some blue paint here. Let's take a quick look at these two figures side by side. They look a lot different, but they kind of do look alike. You can see here with SIDEBURN, he does have this little eye piece, and then you got this little translucent piece up there, and then you got this supposed to represent that, of course. I like this. Looks pretty cool. For articulation and posability, he can move pretty good. But this guy seems to stand pretty good, even if you have him back. My hot rod seems to he seems to fall back a lot, which is kind of crappy. But so for articulation, his arms can rotate 360. They can move at the elbow. They can slightly move in and out at the shoulder. I guess arm joint connected to the body, and then you got his hands that kind of go in and out. But that's transformation. His body can go in and out. They move at the legs. That kind of moves the whole body. He doesn't move side to side at all. His legs can go, of course, in and out pretty good. You get the splits and whatnot. They can go in and out. They can move pretty good. You can have them like in a sitting position if you wanted them to. It's pretty decent. And of course, they do move at the knee like this. They can move 360. And of course, I think his legs can... No, they can't move 360. Just at the knee area. Feet, of course, can go in and out, side to side. Sorry, they can't go side to side, but they can go in and out, but that's for transformation. And of course, the heel can move. And this piece does move at 2 points, I guess, at the hip and at here, but that's also for transformation, as you can see here. Kind of like the Onslaught from G1, kind of had that gimmick there, or maybe Grimlock even. This arm is a little bit loose, as with the feet. Well, it's actually not too bad now, but this piece tends to want to move around when you want to pose the figure. Say if you want to have him standing like this piece will tend to move to the side a little bit. But I don't know if that's just this one or what, but not a big deal. I think it looks great. What do you guys think? Great looking figure, man. I love this figure. Tell you the truth, it's probably one of my most favorite figure right now, actually. Pop this gun in there if you want. You can sporting the badass looking mofo look. What's up? What's up, ladies? Any red Ferraris around here? Any red sports cars? Cool, cool. So, not much more to say about this guy. Actually, his head can also move 360. I forgot to mention that. Other than that, you know, not much more to say about this thing. A little 360 here. Take a look at the final stuff if I missed anything. These pieces all also can move out if you want. You can have them like this, or you can have them to the side. Totally up to you. And that's pretty much it, guys. You know, this also can move up, but that's part of the transformation. And I'm really liking this little white pieces in there. That's kind of cool. And just a couple of things here. You can, if you want, you can take his gun, pop it on there if you want. If you don't want to store it on him, as you can see, hands free. And you can also put the flame on there too, or you can store it in a plastic bag or in a place wherever you store it. And also, of course, like the other one here, you got this little flip out saw, I guess you can say, from Hot Rod / Rodimus. You can do it as a saw here too if you want, or you can maybe do a communicator if you want. Talk to his homeboys. Other than that, you know, there's nothing on this side and nothing like that. But so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess we can now transform him back to his car mode. So just flip in the feet, flip those back. You can take his arms, flip them around. After you flip in his hands, of course, into the forearms. Take his arms like this, touch down, and then you can move this forward. Just take this car piece or the top of the roof piece, flip that back, and then take the chest, flip it up, make sure his head is aligned straight. There you go. And then now you can take his arms and just push them in. Just kind of wedge it in there. Don't force it, and it will eventually slide in there. Everything's lined up properly. Take his arms, straighten them out. Take his legs, and remember, do that little double hinge movement there. Take those clips I told you about in that hole and just kind of slide them in there. Make sure it's aligned properly. And like I said, again, you guys probably have this figure already and know how to do this. This is a pretty simple transformation. And there you go. Take these shin guards pieces, flip those around, and there you go. And like I said, again, make sure it is all aligned properly, and then you will have a snug, solid figure. From the blue and the white, these white tail pieces, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of giving me a Thnx vibe off of it. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys noticed that too, but there you go. Pretty simple, like I said. It's fun to transform, not like a lot of other Revenge of the Fallen figures, or a lot of movie figures in general. But there you have it, pretty simple, not too bad. You know, I can say it's easier to transform it back into a robot or into a car, but you know what, it's pretty much the same thing. If you do it a few times, it will be no sweat. Those wheels are in, and then you can finish it off if you wish. Pop that in there for the exhaust, and there you go. So I want to give again another special big shout out to BENZO from cybertron.ca boards, or TF BENZO off YouTube. So yeah, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to hook up with you at the C4 convention. Like I said in my vlog, if you guys want to come check out C4 in Winnipeg, it's at the Winnipeg Convention Center. Myself, Ben, and Sean are all going to be getting a booth there and putting up some tables and selling some figures. If you want to come check us out, don't be shy and say hey to us, and we'll be more than happy to say hello to you and show some figures off to you. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna take off now and do some things. But yeah, thanks for watching, and this has been the video review of the Transformers Club exclusive SIDEBURN, repainted from Classics Rodimus / Hot Rod, and like it. And this is Sea Spray, and I'll catch you guys in the next review. I'll catch you guys later.